What's going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to another episode of the Legion of Comic Correction. We talk all things comic books. Woohoo! Oh, man, you know what? It does a heart good because we've been doing some not good movies and shows and whatever. It does a heart good to do something that's good. Right?
Shazam!
I don't know.
It's a class.
Well, he says that.
No, he has to say Shazam, bro.
Never mind. I know. We talk about Black Adam.
We talk about Black Adam!
That's where I want.
Oh! All right, but before we jump into it, as always, guys, thank you for listening and for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell,
buddy.
so that you make sure you hear about all of our latest episodes.
Also, cheer for the Phillies.
If you're a Phillies fan,
Yeah.
and if,
If
you're
you're
not,
not,
you
if your
should be.
team is out, we'll welcome you to cheer for the Phillies.
right.
Yeah,
I feel like most people are like, yeah, Phillies.
Yeah.
why
yeah,
not? I mean,
Except for
it's been since
Yankees fans.
Yankees fans are
2008 we won, and 1980 we won.
yeah.
I saw
So,
someone say, like, every
you know,
time
It's
there's a
been
recession,
13 years
there's a
since we've been
Phillies
in the
win.
playoffs. 13 years.
It's because we gotta have something.
Yeah.
We gotta get something.
Sometimes the greatest successes take the greatest losses.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So yeah, watch them too, I guess. But watch us first.
Watch us first.
Go
Go
Birds.
down to the description below, guys. There's lots of links down there where you can see all kinds of cool stuff. We have lots of ways you guys can help support the channel and the show. Every little bit helps. Just clicking on this channel or clicking on this video and hitting like, subscribe helps with the almighty algorithm.
Almighty.
And
Almighty.
that's a free way to help. That doesn't take anything except for a little bit of your time. You don't have to watch it. You could
Push buttons.
you could mute the video and then go to another tab. We don't care. But the algorithm comes in.
It's kind
and
of like
it
that.
helps us.
It's kind of like that. Like, do you want to donate to this charity?
Right,
and then
right.
you're like, I don't want to be mean and say no. And then
Yeah.
some brilliant person came up with round up your nearest dollar of
Oh.
3 cents. And you're just like, I am a charitable entrepreneur.
Right. So
It's like,
Give
be charitable to us.
Give to us in that way.
Give us
from
three-
that mindset.
Yes.
Give
From
us
that exact mindset.
3 cents of your time.
Yes.
Just by clicking that like and subscribe. If you want to give in a bigger way, you can go down below and click on the legionofcc.com, which is our website. There you can see lots of stuff about our
Yeah.
podcast. You can also buy
Fun
sweet
stuff.
merch. Sweet merch like that and his shoes. I think you probably gotta get higher than that on the shot.
I gotta get higher.
Yeah, you gotta kick your foot. There
Kick.
you go. Boom.
give it a
Like
kick,
that.
a jump.
Look at that.
Sweet merch like this.
Yep.
And sweet merch like his hat over there. So you can get that stuff. And all the proceeds go to us to help keep our website running.
Right to
and
our pockets
well,
that we
It
use to
doesn't go to
buy
our
things
pocket.
for the podcast.
buy our stuff.
It does not
so
go
yeah.
to our pockets.
Yeah, no.
Well, no, it goes to our podcast. And sometimes
Podcast.
It is
Pocket.
not like
podcast
Pod
pockets.
pocket.
it is not
Hot pocket?
hot pocket, hot pocket.
Polly Pocket?
It is not like Fast and the Furious. It is not
No.
family.
No.
These pockets ain't empty
Nope.
either. No, they are.
Well, ours
They
are pretty empty, but you can help them get a little bit fuller. And then if you want even more, click on our Patreon link. You get exclusive content like the extra podcasts, early access to podcasts, behind the scenes
You can
footage.
get a lot of stuff. You can get a lot of stuff.
Stuff.
Yeah, anybody who joins within this month, the month of October, if they are a Patreon member, they can have access to a promo code in our store to help
Spooky
buy
season.
some merch.
Yeah.
So
So the
do
smart
that.
move. Join Patreon. Get that promo code. Buy
Boom.
that merch.
Do it. Easy steps.
That's
to
how
help us
you
out.
do. That's how you do it.
That's how you do, and that's how we do it. That's how we make our podcast better and better.
That's
it's
right.
because of you guys and your feedback. Also, make sure you leave comments down below. We love to hear you guys talk. We love to
Oh,
hear
we
what you
wanna
guys have to
engage.
say. We want to engage with you.
Let us know. Drop it in the comments.
That's right. We're doing a comic review today. We have new
Yes, sir.
movie
Yes, sir.
out.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't seen Black Adam, please stop watching this now. Go watch Black Adam.
Go watch Black
and
Adam.
then come back here and
We
and
don't
watch
always
this.
say that. We don't always say
Nope.
that.
We don't always say that.
We don't
Sometimes
always
recently.
say
You can just
stop
not.
and
Not
go.
recently.
No, not recently.
Not recently.
Heck no.
No, it's been a while, but we mean it this time. Stop.
Yes, sir. We do.
Go out, give your money to The Rock because he deserves every penny of it. Go watch that movie
He doesn't
and then
need
come
any
back.
more. He doesn't need any more though.
Yeah,
We
but
don't
he-
need to give him any more
but
money.
I
That man has all the money.
I believe he needs your mana.
Yeah, your life force. Yeah.
That's what he's doing, man.
He's
sucking it up.
doing something.
I
He's
give-
doing something to get a lot of life force,
I
man.
give it freely.
That man That man does everything. He is everywhere.
Yes, he is.
Talk about almighty.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the man is a
He
machine.
is a straight up beast.
Hardest worker in the room, right?
He is.
That is.
I
So-
can't even deny.
So we're talking about Black Adam today. So we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
review that. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have seen it, stick around as we talk spoilers. But let's
Sure.
start with our Carnage
Sure, gonna
report.
be spoilers. Violence. Nailed it.
Perfect, 100%.
Yep.
All right, so in our Carnage report, we go over some of the brass tacks of these movies. So we talk about how much they made, we talk about who's in it, and we talk about the source material that they pull their information from, if there is any.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good on it. So we'll talk about all those. It's a little bit different because the movie just came out. When we're filming this, the movie came out like
Fresh
3 days
out.
ago. So,
Fresh out.
yeah, it's real new. So we don't have a lot, but
Got enough.
this is from Deadline. Black Adam's tops 30 million overseas in the first 3 days, and it's tracking for 70 million by the end of its opening weekend. So it's pretty good. It's relatively strong. It's obviously DC is not going to be on Marvel Dynasty levels yet because they
Not
need
yet.
to earn back that trust.
It's interesting though. I would
still pretty
say,
good.
with a non-heavy hitter.
I would say
character.
I'm a
Right.
little bit surprised it's on the, I feel like that's
I
on
thought
the
it'd be
lower end.
higher.
I
Yeah,
thought it would be higher.
me too.
The Rock usually would be.
The Rock brings
that's
in
why He's
numbers.
the only draw a movie usually needs. He brings in
Yeah.
strong numbers.
Can I
I
say
think-
what it is?
Go
All right,
ahead.
what are you saying?
I was just gonna say early reviews have come back more negative.
More negative than not. Yeah,
And I think that's hurt it. I think that's hurt
I
it a
agree.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you
'cause
gonna say?
Me personally, I've had people say, I was like, "Oh, you want to go see the movie?" And they're just like, and then whatever it was a week before, they're like, "I heard it was bad reviews. Just let me know how it is." That's what it is. But
Yep.
Yeah.
what
they're
I
waiting.
think
Word of mouth.
what people are doing is they're a little tired of superhero stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like
probably.
people are
think
because
so?
I feel like
Yeah,
they're
probably.
tired of watching it on their home TVs,
Mm.
and they're like, "Well, if it's trash on my home TV, or
Yeah,
like
maybe.
not as good as like
It's that oversaturation.
it's the oversaturation."
Yeah, we've talked
Really?
about
I
this,
feel like
maybe.
that's what it
Do you
is.
think we've hit that point?
I think we are in that point.
Mm.
I mean, not for us because we're
No, 'cause
we're
we love
crazy
it.
people.
Also, I
Here's
love
the
the
thing.
movie.
Here's the
yeah, the
thing.
movie was great.
Oversaturation, but the oversaturation is coming from Marvel. It's not coming from DC.
The
doesn't-
people,
doesn't
the
matter.
fair
They
weather
can't. I hear you.
fans
I
don't know the difference.
Right,
I
the
hear you,
average
and
person just sees a
100% agree.
superhero movie.
I
Right,
just
which
am
is the people
saying-
that get those big blockbuster numbers up.
Yep.
Are those people that are fair weather
Right.
fans?
You are nailing it, and I agree with
Yeah.
you 100%. I just wanted to say
No, I know.
this is different.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It is.
It is.
darker.
Go
it
see
is.
it.
It is.
It's
a
got some good humor in it,
good
though, too.
DC, and that's
Well
what I
balanced.
think is missed.
Right.
People are just. You're exactly right on everything you said. I don't need to say it again, but I think what's missed is that it is not the same
Right.
film.
It's not.
It is different.
Right,
No.
right. It's got its own feel to it.
It's not
It
even.
does.
It's not even your.
It's not even your normal
Not,
DC
yeah,
stuff.
it's not like your
Yeah.
Class A DC
Right.
movie
This
like
is-
Batman
Yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't in the
Yeah.
vein.
or even Man of Steel.
Yeah.
It's not in the it's not in the vein of Nolan and Man of Steel. The
No.
Nolan and Man of Steel felt very much like they were in the same universe.
Right.
Yes.
And this one still could be, but it's got its own. It's kind of, you know what? Honestly, it reminded me of probably the same reason why Shazam did well.
Right.
In that Shazam felt like its own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Like, and it was
curiosity of a new character
It
brought
was
people
different.
out to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
it wasn't
keep,
just a cookie cutter.
keep going
so-
on the numbers because what I'm going to be more interested in is then the other side, which is how much was spent on it. Because I'm
Right.
wondering if it's going to hit that.
Also, how much of the Rock's money is that?
I
That's
haven't.
a really good question.
He
because
is
the
the
man
executive
is-
producer, so
He's
Yeah,
the executive producer, and he's been working for 10 years to get
Yeah.
this thing off the ground.
No. I went back and looked at it. It was the first
15,
report.
right?
Yeah, the first report that he
Oh,
was going to
wow.
be cast as Black Adam was 15 years ago.
15.
Isn't that
Man.
crazy?
this is his baby,
This is
and
baby.
I feel
He's
really
been-
bad that people are.
All right, so
Yeah.
so what do
Yep.
you think? What do you think the budget was?
150 million.
150.
Can I give a range? Can I say
Is
150,
The Rock getting
170?
paid?
Maybe he might have just done it pro bono.
No, he didn't do it pro bono. What I would be willing to bet, though, what I'd be
Percentage
willing to
based?
bet is percentage
Yeah.
based.
Yeah,
I don't think
probably.
I bet he'd be willing to not take a salary and take percentage based.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I'm gonna go with 170.
All right, 195.
That's high.
195.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
a
pretty
lot
high.
What was the
money.
Batman? I got it.
Yeah,
It's
you can
got to
look it up.
hit. that means at the very least, I got to tell you, at the very least, it's got to hit 300 million. It's got to hit 300 million
for them to
like really consider it even close to a success, and that is far off right now. $100 million opening weekend with 30 million overseas, 70 domestic. That is far off right now.
So the Batman grossed 770 million against its 185 to $200 million budget.
Okay, so it's around the same budget.
So
So The Rock's
that's rough, man.
So the Rock's
start.
According to Showbiz cheat sheet, The Rock's reported salary for Black Adam is closing in on 22 million.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's his going rate. That's his going rate. Is
that's actually
right
low for his.
No, right off the bat, it's 20.
He's like, I think he's like
doesn't
18
set
to
foot
20
in
or
the
something
door
like that.
without 20.
Yeah, so like 22 million.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll
Price
see.
is low end.
Yeah, it's 2 million above his low end.
Yeah, I mean that's still substantial.
Is what it is.
It's like dollars to him.
No, I don't think so. I don't even think.
Maybe with his tequila kicking off the way.
Oh,
he was the most paid actor.
He's free.
Always.
Yeah, always.
For the last 4 years, they don't even. They used to report on like highest paid actor, and
They don't do it
They
anymore.
don't do it anymore because it's him.
Yeah, it's until somebody breaks
he works,
through it.
or can even work anywhere close to the amount of time that he works, getting the same amount of casting that he gets. He's the most bankable star in Hollywood. Period.
He's come out on social media saying that he only sleeps like 4 hours a night.
Yeah, I don't
because he just works and works and works and works.
Couldn't I can't imagine.
He said he doesn't recommend
getting a
normal. But he does
normal amount of sleep.
Yeah, well, he's a father of 2 young girls, and he's got an adult daughter as well, but he's got 2 little ones at home, and he's
adult daughter.
He also
who's
did
in
say
WWE.
He's in WWE. Yeah, she debuted not that long ago, right?
Yep.
Super cool.
He also did say if they made him choose between doing what he does for work or being a dad, he said he'd rather be a dad.
Yeah,
So I was like, this dude's amazing.
Dude,
this is a good guy.
He's the bread
Rock
and butter.
2024.
No, wait, that was the question. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
President or
because he kind of like
a father.
He kind of like toyed at it.
Yeah.
And someone interviewed him, said like, would you rather be the president of the United States or like be a dad? He's like, I wouldn't do it because it would definitely affect
me from being a father.
My little girls.
He's going to do it at some
for
point.
him.
The reality is,
Maybe.
once his daughters
out
are
of the
older,
house.
once his daughters are older, he's going to run. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, good for him.
That's basically what he said.
I'd vote for him.
I vote for him.
I probably would.
Just kidding. I need to know his policies, but
I mean, there's a lot. I need to know. There's a lot I need to know. Let's keep going.
So The Rock is surrounded by an incredible cast for this movie. He comes in obviously as Black Adam.
Yep.
We get Aldous Hodge as Hawkman.
Pigeon.
Freaking awesome. Pigeon Man?
He's a pigeon.
Logan the whole time was Pigeon Man.
Pigeon.
I was like, what?
Pretty freaking stacked.
He's a
He's
pigeon.
against The Rock, so
Hawkman is a pigeon.
I like Hawkman.
Go ahead.
Pierce Brosnan
There's your
as
goat.
Dr. Fate.
There is your goat.
Yo,
oh my
best part
god.
of the movie.
His goatee and hair combo was freaking
No.
incredible.
Better than that.
Ascot.
Ascot
game.
No, there was.
Oh my word!
There was one moment. There was one moment where it was like nighttime.
His robe.
He comes in the robe. Yeah.
And the
Oh
robe,
my god!
I literally looked at Logan. I was like, bro, where'd he pull his robe from?
Man, I said,
One
I'm in the
scene.
theater. Just this man is
Yo,
just
one scene,
styling.
one scene, then the next scene's in like a 3-piece suit.
Right,
Yeah.
it's just
All right,
brilliant.
Don't worry about it.
Pierce
Brilliant.
Brosnan, Dr. Fate, Noah Centineo coming as Adam Smasher.
He was solid.
he was
He was
good.
fun. I thought he
Solid.
was fun. I would like to explore
Solid.
his character more. Like I thought he was a good comic relief.
Yeah,
But I thought
he
it was
did-
funny his uncle was
Oh,
the
Henry
Fonz.
Winkler.
The Fonz,
Henry
Henry
Winkler.
Winkler.
That was actually the best part of his character was
Well,
the fact that Henry
yeah.
Winkler was his uncle.
The best part, the fact that Henry Winkler was in it was that Henry Winkler, he isn't anybody except for Henry Winkler. Like it's not like he's a
Yeah, I
DC
know.
dig. It's not like he was like in some DC show when he was younger. He's just you're like, oh, let's get Henry Winkler in there.
Now,
You know, what'd be a
Why?
good idea. Henry
Now-
Winkler.
is
So
the Adam
good.
Smasher, what's his name in this? The Adam Smasher's name.
Oh, I don't know.
Is there a comic run where he has a nephew and that's what this
Al.
guy?
Al Rothstein. Yeah, no, he is. No,
Yeah.
like
So that's canon.
Henry Winkler is like his character is actually the older Adam Smasher. Yes.
See, I like that because like a lot
like
of
that
times like superhero movies will do that and they'll just be like, oh no, it's actually like
some random
like,
person.
the young guy is actually the name of the
Right.
original
Well,
one.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
They did it in Ant-Man.
Right.
When Hank Pym was the original and Scott Lang was it. I like that was good too.
Like that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's
I
a
would have
smart
wanted
move.
to see more of Henry Winkler though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get him in. They're
Maybe a
talking about
flashback.
doing a JSA movie.
Or OG JSA.
OG.
Yeah. I want to see OG because again,
Yeah, I would see
spoiler, Dr. Fate's dead and I want to see him more. More,
Dr.
more,
Fate's dead.
and more. All right.
Locked in my basement.
I was
I hope Dr. Fate.
waiting for
You have Pierce Brosnan
good.
in your basement.
So good.
Yeah, well, we've already established that Logan has what's his name? Oh my
This is
goodness!
Interesting. Where's this going?
No, Willem Dafoe is in his basement,
Oh yeah.
screaming at him,
Yeah.
and you apparently got Henry Winkler. Or no, yeah,
No, Pierce Brosnan.
in your
Brosnan.
basement. Who do I get?
Dead bodies of people.
Dead bodies. Yeah, you
Serial
we've already
killer.
talked about how you
We don't talk about those though. I mean, who can I talk about that's in my basement?
True, we forgot to get a whiteboard with the SKDA.
No, I'm gonna just start marking it on this
On the pillow. Flip it around.
Flip it over and then put a
Just
mark.
get a
Flip it,
red
put a
marker.
flip it, put a mark.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not
All
a
right,
bad idea.
Quintessa Swindle comes in as Cyclone.
I liked
thought
her.
She was
She
solid.
was solid.
Good.
Really,
She was
really
solid.
great.
Nothing bad, just like they weren't
No.
explored as much as I would have liked.
Agreed, and that's how I felt about most of the JSA. But
Just
again,
remind-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
they couldn't, or else it would have taken too much.
You're
I think
exactly
they
right.
were
Would have
smart.
taken too much away from The Rock.
The Rock
Well,
Johnson.
and Dr. Fate and Hawkman, like I think they did a good job
They
of bringing
focused on the
those
right
three people.
They
Yeah.
focused on the right people.
And then Sarah Shahai was Adriana Tomas. She's the archeologist who awakens.
She was fine.
Like,
She's-
fine.
which
She
is fine.
is what it is.
Is what it is.
what
it
on
is.
that
Is what it
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is what it is. So it was good. They were a good cast.
We
They were a lot
don't
of
name the
fun.
boy because
And
nobody
we
cares.
don't name the boy because we
His
didn't
name-
need any more skateboarding kid all the time.
Bodhai
Trash.
Sabongun.
He needed
Sabongun.
to not be.
Well, you
That
know
was
what?
way too much play on that
100%. But Harry and I were talking about it yesterday.
overuse.
He was. I feel like he was fine as an actor. He was.
Yeah.
He did what he could do with what he was given.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to, but it was
Right.
just it was a
Well,
It's
he was
a-
written. He was written as we feel like he was written as like a 6 or 7-year-old, but he's
Yeah.
like 15.
but it's a tool of movies that
yeah.
they overused.
Sure,
the character
100%.
type. And just go ahead. We'll
But
get
if you
to
would
it.
have just
We'll get
made
to it.
if you would just made him like a 7-year-old actor, it would have been way better.
Probably.
Because he's like posing with
What-
his towel cape, and he's
I
like,
think the point
it's like, don't be
was
15.
the point was to be a representation of his son
100%.
and his wife.
But
And
then
that's-
write him as his age,
right.
or
Don't
cast a younger actor.
don't have him act like a
Which is
younger
weird.
child.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
All right, so Black Adam is pretty much its own movie, but the origin they took from the comics. So in other words, like the stuff going on in Kazdak, was it Kazdak? Was there,
No.
can you look up his because in the comics,
Kadar?
Kadar.
No.
In the comics, it's he's just from like he's from a real place in the Middle East. He's from
Okay.
Egypt, or he's from like somewhere real, and they created this city for the
I
movie.
think it's Kadar. right?
Kadar,
No.
maybe.
No,
No.
internet. Why?
I thought it was Kaz something. Anyway, regardless, they changed like, all that, the mercenaries, all that stuff. That was for this movie. Sabak is a character in the comics, and
Yeah.
and he was pretty
Yeah.
real with the crown of Sabak and everything. But like for the most part, they grabbed it from two Black Adam origins. The original Black Adam origin, which is a little bit different in the sense that
Yep.
Amon is Black
it's actually
Adam's
darker in the
nephew.
comic. Yeah.
Well, the new one is. The original wasn't. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're right. The original was a little more darker.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Amon
that's what
is
I'm trying to
Black
say.
Adam's nephew, not his son. They both end up getting powers from a wizard, but Amon wants to free their people with peace, and Black Adam wants to use violence.
Yep.
Black Adam thinks Amon's plan's not going to work, so he kills him and takes all of his extra power.
All of it.
And in the name of the greater good, he goes on and then gets banished by the wizard because he's evil in that sense.
Well, all the wizards.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, and he actually kills, like we see,
Right,
the
he
vast
kills the
majority
other
of
wizards
them,
that-
except for the one who remains and
gives Billy
gives-
Bastion his powers.
Exactly. Shazam his powers.
Right.
Shazam.
So the one in the 90s from the New Earth series, in that run, his son and family are killed. But he's the one who gets the powers from the wizard. He ends up working with Hawkman in ancient times. And they end up getting like a beef against each other as they battle through the ages.
Which is interesting because
I thought they were going to do that.
I
thought they were going to
They
tie that in.
basically did do that though.
They gave them beef,
basically-
but they never touched on the fact that Hawkman's like thousands of years
they
old.
should have definitely done that because the origin story of Hawkman
Kondak.
There it is.
Kondak.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For
So-
some reason, the Wi-Fi went out, so
It's all good.
I
All
used
right.
my phone.
But
Kondak.
Pretty much Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt was the one in the comics.
So the interesting thing here is that is the one piece of storyline that and backstory on Hawkman that they did not touch at all. He is reborn every time that he dies. He is reincarnated.
Him and his wife.
Yes,
his wife is Hawk Girl.
Hawk woman.
No, Hawk Girl.
It's Hawk
He's
Girl.
right. It's Hawk Girl.
Yeah, it's weird. It's Hawkman and Hawk Girl.
So the thing about it
is it?
Yeah, it is.
The thing about it is I'm wondering why they didn't do that at all.
Well, they kind of tasted it.
I think you're exactly right. They pulled pieces from
both
Black Adam origin.
No, it's Hawk Woman. I just looked it up.
There's also a Hawk Girl.
Pretty sure it was Hawk Girl. Well, maybe there's two.
Well, doesn't matter.
It's all good.
She's not in it.
She's not in the movie.
And for good reason.
There's two.
There it is. Dose. They merged those two storylines.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I'm fine with making
That's
it
not bad.
more family centered. I'm fine with the change that it was his son. I'm fine with his son saving him, giving him the power to
that was cool.
save him. I thought that was really cool. And then the assassins being prepared for that, killing him. I really
bloodless
like
arrows.
the twist that they had in it. You're having the assumption that he's the child and he's not the child.
They retold the origin 3 times.
Yeah, I thought it was really good because it showed an even darker side that we were hoping for. We were hoping for them to lean in to the dark here. DC is known for being darker. It's known for being gritty. And Black Adam, out of all of the characters that we have, is probably one of the darkest and one of the grittiest characters.
Yeah. He's more into the evil.
So I'm
into the dark
so
side.
thankful for them leaning into that. I would have liked for them to lean into it more. This was originally supposed to be an R-rated film.
Yeah, they did. They recut it multiple times.
Yeah, and so they got it to the PG-13 because they always want to try and get it to PG-13.
Pretty comically graphic, though, for PG-13.
I
was
really
pleased. When the first scene, I was like, okay.
Slices the sword
it's
up
not
the guys.
that kind of like PG-13 kind of movie.
No,
it felt like a Tamer 300.
Yeah, you're right.
Like even
That's
the stylization.
That's a good comparison.
Like when he sliced the old dude at the top and like the blood went out when he fell down to the got his reward.
I was impressed
I'm gonna
by
pause
this movie. Yeah, go ahead.
Because we're jumping in the correction or to the review.
Good call.
So let's jump into our comic review.
So
bring the noise. You were impressed.
I don't have a lot of noise to bring on this, to be honest, which is
noises though.
Good. So which is a noise in and of itself.
All right, let's do major compliment, major complaint.
Okay.
Love it. I like that.
I like that move. So my major compliment is they leaned into the darker elements of Black Adam. That is my major compliment. Would I have liked to have seen it more? Yes. Do I understand why they didn't? Yes. Yeah. Do I also believe they really towed the edge of PG-13 and R? Yeah, and in a good way.
Good.
Good
they
stuff.
really worked to
Not
do that
campy
well.
At all,
Not
really.
campy. And my wife asked, and this is a really good question: was it The Rock playing Black Adam, or was he Black Adam?
Right.
And my answer right away was he was Black Adam.
I think he is Black Adam in real life, though.
I mean, he may just be Black Adam.
Like
he may walk around and really just, or float around and just be Black Adam.
See, I've never seen an Instagram video where I see his feet.
No, that's true.
So I'm not really sure. He could be
on leg day.
He rips skates off.
Well, no, he could.
I'm just kidding.
It's
the only time
does rip.
That's when he's down to earth.
Right. Well, he's got to push against
leg
it, but he's
day.
actually pushing the
Where
earth.
boys become men.
He's not squatting. He's pushing the earth away from himself.
Talking to all you Doritos out there.
Woo!
Calling out those Doritos.
Did you see the behind the scenes on Thor: Love and Thunder where he's actually he's actually smaller. They digitally enhanced his muscles.
Oof.
That's
because he's a surfer.
They showed a scene.
That little man.
They showed a scene.
we watched The Rock in a superhero movie. Like, little man, Chris Hemsworth.
That child. They showed the scene. The literal scene in Black Adam where he is recovering, sits up, and he's got 4 deltoids.
Yeah.
Like that man has. I'm not deltoids. Traps. That man has traps on traps on traps.
No, it's just they caught him as he was climbing into his rock mech suit. He's settling in.
He's the only one who doesn't get. No, I'm sorry. 2 people. there are two people who don't get any
Super
sort of
suits.
muscle super suits. That is The Rock and Henry Cavill. And The
Henry
Rock.
Cavill.
Well, and one more.
Who do you think? Who's the one
Who
more?
do you think?
Oh, one more that doesn't get Captain
Aquaman.
America. No,
Aquaman.
No.
Chris,
I mean, yes, he doesn't, but
Chris Evans.
no, Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
Huge
You're right. Because he doesn't.
Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
He
He
doesn't ever
doesn't wear a shirt,
Doesn't wear
ever.
a shirt.
Man.
And if it
You're
does,
right.
it's a strap tee.
And it gets
Yeah,
ripped
it
off.
gets ripped
Straight
off
up.
immediately.
or shot up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bullets.
Correct.
Burned.
So
He's not as big as The Rock, though.
I
No,
really
no, no.
like
But you gotta
No.
respect it.
Did
Dude.
you know that
He's a
the-
small guy? He gets,
small dude who
the-
gets up there.
Yeah, he got major training advice from The Rock, from Dwayne.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like
I'm
he
sure.
actually like
if the Rock gave me advice, I'd be like, okay.
the Rock.
Perfect.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
like, I
Listen,
don't remember
exactly.
if
I
he
will do
approached.
exactly what that man says.
I don't remember if he approached or if The Rock approached him, but they got into a conversation and it turned to fitness, and like The Rock gave
Yeah.
him pointers, and that's what helped him get to where he like when he was at peak Wolverine.
Wow.
Really?
So, but
I
to get
believe
back
it,
to
man.
this-
The dude's a freaking monster.
To get
Yeah.
back to this,
Yeah, for sure.
we talked about before one of the coolest things that Marvel has like hinted at and not done.
Yeah.
We bring in the devil. like,
Keep.
so-
I thought you said kill people, but
no,
okay. Yeah.
well, that's another thing. We lean into actually having people die.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate might
So-
come back. You never know.
He
It's comics.
might.
I hope he does.
but
I'll be okay with it.
I am impressed that they killed
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
Dr.
In the
Fate,
first movie,
Dr. Fate was
Pierce Brosnan?
the best character. And I'm sorry, I have to say that. He was better than The Rock even.
well, Pierce Brosnan's acting chops are freaking incredible.
He was phenomenal as
So
Dr. Fate.
good.
Yep.
His voice when he is in the helmet.
Where's like this?
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
word.
It's, like,
It was
insane.
impressive
Yeah.
beyond anything. Like I was enveloped in by that voice.
Yeah, it's very velvety.
Oh my gosh. But so they,
You know, it's
they
almost
have
like,
the guts to kill him. They have the guts to kill him.
The Moon Knight guy.
Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
Kondo.
yeah.
Oh no, Khonshu.
Khonshu.
Khonshu,
Kind of
like
sounds like
Khonshu.
Yeah,
Khonshu.
you're right. Is that who is that?
I don't know.
Is
I
it
don't
Jeffrey Wright? No, Jeffrey Wright's the one.
But it's got that like
yeah, you're right.
booming,
Yes.
calming kind of commanding voice.
Yep.
He was
Yep.
he was great, and his
Almost
magic,
haunting.
his
So I
magic
say
was
that
super cool too.
I say that also to say
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
had to literally bring in and create a completely CGI villain to be even
Yes.
able to have somebody intimidating to go
Yes.
against The Rock, because there is nobody who can stand toe to toe with this man except one,
Henry Cavill.
which we see at the end, which is brilliant.
We have to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Like,
we have
I
to
think
talk.
it's phenomenal that they have that crossover. I'm excited
Well
for
done.
it. I
Yes.
hope that it turns into something real. I hope that
I
it
think
turns
it
into
will.
something good.
No, they
Um,
confirmed that they're going to be starting to work on the, I don't know if it's a storyboard or whatever,
Yes.
of another Man of Steel.
I
Yes.
hear you.
No,
I hear you.
The Rock wants to have several movies with him and Henry Cavill in, though. He doesn't want it to be like a
Exactly.
one-off.
They're also
He
kind
wants
of
it
he
to
talked
be-
about
friends,
Yeah.
friendly.
He talked about
right,
that.
right. Work together, work apart, fight each other, kind of be like a roller, like a kind of like a Cap and Tony.
He said it is
Building.
too easy for them to just have one fight.
Right, exactly.
They are looking at long-term stories.
good.
So
It's
like
good.
very
Smart.
smart. Very smart. Very good.
Hierarchy of power has changed.
So and you said that I think this was
Yeah.
a really solid movie.
Yeah,
Really
for sure.
solid movie. Here's my issue.
All right, what's your
Here's my
major
complaint.
complaint.
My complaint.
The
The Rock was his own enemy in selling this movie. Okay.
Yes, yeah, you had mentioned
And
this to me a couple
is,
days ago.
This is
For
what I say by
sure.
that.
Yeah.
The Rock sold this movie as literally an earth-shattering,
Yeah.
groundbreaking,
Yeah.
seismic movie
It's not.
that shifted the balance of power in the DC
Right.
universe.
He's
Yeah.
so epic. He's
Literally.
so epic.
That is what he said.
Can we agree that he is the king of like all hype men?
Oh, he's the hypest
Like
of
he's
hype men. He's
so
so
good. At it.
good.
I believe everything he says.
Everything, but the problem was
yeah, right. He
hyped it up.
oversold me this movie.
hyperbole.
So even though I tried to temper my own emotions
Yeah, for
around
sure.
it,
Yeah.
I will say I was bought in so much to believing what he said.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
believe very much so. He can do no wrong in movies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like we watched this man do Rampage. This man made Rampage.
Yeah.
And he made it.
It wasn't even
He made boatloads of money
You
with
know,
it.
it wasn't even a good video game.
He
Rampage? Not to make a movie off of.
no, not to make a movie, but
That's
it was
what
a
I'm
great
saying.
video game. What are you
It's a
talking
very
about?
guess.
basic video game, but it was
It's
good.
All right.
basic.
moving on. This man did Skyscraper.
You get to pick from 4 monsters and you destroy buildings.
This man did
Oh, it was
Skyscraper.
bad. Yeah,
Which-
that was better than Rampage.
It's still what I'm saying,
Doomsday.
like, these are not good movies.
He was an amputee.
that he turned into.
Who still had bigger
What's
What's
quads
the one
than
where
the-
he's
Office
Drive to Witch
blockbusters.
Mountain or something like that?
Oh yeah, Race to Witch
Race to
Mountain.
Race to Witch Mountain.
The
The
remake of
We
the
still
old
had
Disney.
we still had hair.
He
He
made
did
he
Journey to
made
the Center of the Earth too.
he turned these-
Jumanji's were fun.
Jumanji's good though.
Turn these into box office blockbusters.
He did.
Blockbusters.
Somehow.
So
Standing
I
Tall.
felt- yeah,
Well, but stop.
No,
now we're
Walk
doing
Tall.
Walking Tall.
Walking
and
Tall.
This is a
Walking
good movie
Tall.
though.
Yeah,
That's a good movie.
Walking
Yeah.
Tall is a good movie.
but to move on, my point is he turned these into blockbusters. I felt like he could do no wrong. He didn't do wrong.
Right.
This
No.
isn't a bad movie,
That was good.
but it is not the groundbreaking, earth-shattering, seismic,
yeah.
like all empowering, all changing DC movie that he sold it as.
Right.
And so that left me wanting a bit. You know,
Agreed.
it left
Yeah.
me
I can see that.
yearning for it to be a bit more than it was. And
Yeah.
that is only because of the expectation that I came in with, rather than just being able to accept it for the great movie that it was.
Right. Just have
It's
fun with it.
just
Yeah.
Not. Yeah, I think that led to a lot of people being disappointed by
Yeah.
it because it was sold as more than it needed to be.
Yeah, and I mean, you're always gonna have trouble like with Steam when it comes to like an origin movie too.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's always tough. We've had so many origin movies. You know, it's tough. And
Yeah,
I think he did a
yeah.
good job. But again, I agree with you. It was promoted as something much bigger than it was, and it's partially because of just his charisma.
He's brilliant.
He's
and I'm
so good at marketing.
But I'm sure he captures the people in that maybe were on the fence to not go to it.
100%.
Yeah,
He probably
to go
did.
to it,
Yeah,
so.
100%.
And I'm
And
not
they're not
saying,
gonna dissect it like we do.
right.
They're just gonna say it was good.
So there's two
was
sides to this. We looked at Rotten Tomatoes, okay?
Right.
And
The critics were
there's
like
the
at
critics,
a 49.
49, and then the
By the way,
audience.
critics, if you're listening to this ever,
87.
Yo, critics
you
can't get.
stink.
Yo, they
They're trash.
They're not.
man.
They're not good.
You can't get anything right.
They're not
like
good.
generally.
No,
For the most
Like
part.
there are very.
you're like
few
the
times-
refs in the NFL.
I don't want
trash.
to say ever.
Oh.
I don't want to say ever because I don't want to
Yeah.
generalize
Sure.
completely.
Sometimes they're okay.
But I gotta say, 95% of the time they miss. They miss. bad.
95% of the critics of Rotten Tomato
Yeah. It's
So-
wrong.
say they suck.
49%. It's better than 49%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and audience gave
Is it a
I agree with
94%?
No,
No.
audience
No.
gave it like an 87 though, which I
87.
think was
Audience
good.
had it-
Not very
I think
accurate.
that's
I
accurate.
don't.
80s.
I
80s.
don't think
That's good.
87.
Anywhere in the 80s.
I think 87's high. I will
You think
say.
that's even too high?
What about
I think
80s?
87.
Like
Anywhere.
82?
Low 80.
82?
Low 80 is where I will peg
I
it at
could-
a low 80.
Yeah.
82 would
I'd
be
probably
good.
give it an 85.
82. I'm
Yeah.
going to be a little bit more critical, but an
It's fine.
82 is probably my number.
You're a
I'm anywhere
hardcore
from 80.
DC fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
80
fine.
to 85.
Yeah, and so I loved, like, for the moment where we got him on the throne. Awesome.
Right.
Chills.
Awesome. Chills. Like
Quintessential
goose
Black
pimples.
Adam
Goose
pose.
Yeah,
pimples.
recreation.
Goose pimples. I love the slow motion, like seeing his power in slow motion in that opening
Yeah.
sequence
He
where
puts
we
the
get to see
grenade in
him.
the dude's mouth.
So good.
So
So
funny.
good. His power is Wonder Waff. He's a
Yep.
Wonder Waffle. He's
In
able to
his
electrocute
hands.
everyone. It's
so good.
It's so good. And then what also was really cool was understanding, like, he's not even at full strength.
Nah,
not
he's
even
still
at
waking
He's
full
not
up.
even Super Saiyan yet.
Nope.
He's still waking up.
Still getting
This
to
is not his
understand his
final
own
form.
power. Nope.
Yeah, because he wasn't in.
He's waking up.
in
He
this,
wasn't at
He
full
feels
strength.
it in his bones.
well,
He
in
wasn't at
this-
full strength when he.
That's what I was gonna say. In this iteration, he only had his
he's-
powers for a very short amount of time.
Yeah, he didn't, and he
needed
just
to train it.
exploded basically.
He just blew up on his
He just
family.
lost his mind.
They
So
died.
when he focused it
Yeah.
on Sabat at the end, like that's
Yeah.
truly what he can do. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
No one can
Yeah.
stand against that. No one can stand against that.
Except for maybe Superman.
No, he can't.
Well, it depends. So
Can't do magic, bro.
we've talked about this.
No magic.
They have not established that in the DCEU.
I don't care.
So hopefully they will establish that.
Henry Cavill is an amazing Superman.
He is.
He is going to catch those hands.
Yes, he will.
You know who's going to be
and
Black Adam?
get destroyed.
Batman.
Batman.
Batman. You
Prep
want to know
time.
why? Prep time.
Prep time.
Prep time wins every day.
Every time.
Every day.
Contingency plans.
All right,
Yep.
so
On contingency plans.
all right, so my biggest compliment, my favorite thing about it, just man, there were a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things I like.
Logan
about
took
it.
most of them.
Sorry.
He did, yeah. Because you
Pretty much
named
took
like
the whole about
five.
I don't
everything.
know what you're talking
Named
about.
like
I named
5
one.
of them.
I
This
named
has
one.
never happened before.
Never been done
Yeah, I
before.
know. He can't go first.
He can't go
He's got to
first.
go last.
He has to go last. Maybe sometimes in the middle.
All right, so I agree. Everything.
I'm literally, when it gets to me, I'm just gonna be like, yep.
I
It was a movie.
Think hard, sir.
I was there.
I agree. I agree. You didn't fall asleep.
Yes.
That is
Harry approved. Wait, can we get
Harry
like a
approved.
meter? Like,
Right.
it's
How
just
much
me
Harry
either like
sleep?
sleeping or oh, that's my phone.
There goes the-
It's either me sleeping or me like awake.
Right. All right. So, man, shoot, man, I was too busy listening to you, and now
Too
you're
busy
taking
listening to you
hard.
taking off
taking
all the
things.
Think hard. Come
All
on.
right.
There's a
All
million
right.
things I
Think
can
hard.
still go.
All right, one
I
of
can
my
still keep
favorite.
going. You want me to go again?
No,
Do better.
No, I
Do
don't.
better.
No, I don't want you to go again. All right. One of my favorite parts that wasn't something Logan already said was the Rock's the stoicness of his Black Adam, of like he never, and this goes to his OP nature. He never felt pain,
Oh, yeah.
except for that one time when he got like the slice across him. But like he catches the one, he's chasing the speeder bikes and like tearing up the back to find the kid, and he gets to the last one and he like takes it down and he catches it and he uses his own body to like stop it from
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
just in case
doesn't
the
even-
boy was in it.
Yeah, and they do like a close up of the Rock's face and he's just like this.
He's just getting grinded.
Yeah.
His
doesn't
face
But, like,
is
he looks like
getting
he's falling
grinded to the
asleep.
floor.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
his face is
So
through the
too
rock,
easy.
and he's just
Too
like,
easy.
whatever. I'm just waiting till this is done,
Yeah.
and then I'll get up and
I'm
win.
bored by this.
Yeah, he just like, I thought that was hilarious.
In that same moment,
Yeah.
the great part when he was like,
When he asked him, when Dodge Fate's like, bring the guy back, I can use
Please
his,
tell me you did not kill him.
I can open his mind. To find, did you kill him? He looks around and he goes, he's not going to make it.
well, because he watches the
Ah.
guy full.
Oh, it's
He's not
so
gonna make it.
great. And the best part about that,
Yeah. Oh, I know
is
what you're going to say.
in that moment of him watching him, he could have flown over there and
Oh,
caught
he
him.
could have caught him. He could have
Could've
got him.
flown. He's
He
so
chose
fast.
not to.
He's so fast.
In that same vein,
Yeah.
that next scene when Hawkman brings the two prisoners to Fate,
Yes, I love that. Yeah.
and he then
Uses that logic of dropping him when Hawkman was there.
brilliant.
Yeah. Super
Brilliant.
smart. Yeah, he's a smart dude, and you can tell like
And
he's
freaking
not 100% evil.
just like Harry right now, friggin' Fate just pops a mint in his mouth
Yeah.
and he's
It's a
eating
cough
it.
drop.
And he's eating it.
Ricola.
Yeah, he like he does-
While Hawkman and
Black
the
Adam are
Black
fighting.
Adams
He
are
does
fighting.
just like
Yeah.
spin over and sits in the couch, and he's just
Yeah.
like
Yep.
eating his mint. He's seen it all, man. He's been around,
He
been around for
doesn't
hundreds of years.
care. Oh
Uh,
my gosh, so good.
What's your biggest complaint?
my biggest complaint,
Major
was-
complaint. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my major complaint was the end fight with Sabak. Actually,
Yeah,
so
I'm with you.
one of
Good call.
yeah,
Just gonna say yep.
I said it to each of you guys. Like the reason why I don't think I was as disappointed as you, Logan, was that literally my only expectation was
Oh yeah.
I want to see The Rock be a superhero, and I want to see him punch people. And
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
both those
Well,
things
you
are going to
got-
happen.
You got it.
It
You
happened.
got it. Nailed it.
Problem is, the last fight, because they couldn't find anybody big enough to go against The Rock, and they had
Yeah.
to CGI somebody, it just became a very CGI fly-aroundy fight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's not necessarily bad, but The Rock is his physicality. I wanted to
Right.
see The Rock like throw people and like really just be physical, but so much of it was CG and him like
Yeah.
flying around and on machines and stuff. It was like it didn't feel like the punches I want. Like I wanted to see him and Sabak, feet planted, punch after punch after punch, wailing on each other.
That's like
I
a
wanna see that.
WWE stand.
Yeah.
Two heavyweights
Yeah.
grinding it out, fight.
That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah,
and I just
I'm
didn't
with
get
you.
it. So
That would have been worth it.
it wasn't it wasn't a bad end fight. Like we've seen overly CGI'd end fights. It
Yeah.
wasn't that bad. But
It was
just
pretty
wasn't-
cool. It was pretty cool
Yeah.
to see the pigeon utilize
Pigeon.
Dr. Fate's helmet
Yes,
too.
and make him all the yeah, super cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He fooled me because when he got stabbed and he yelled, it was the
I was
same
like,
as the
well,
Fate's
here
vision.
we go. Yep.
And I was like, oh man, Dr. Fate died for nothing. Like that sucks.
No,
but then he didn't because he used the magic.
Yeah.
Like that was cool. I
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was pretty cool because
Yeah.
they had also set up for that at the beginning when they had said, the helmet only chooses
Right,
who
it
it
chooses
allows
people
to
but
touch
then
it.
it vanished.
And
It like
so
went away, man.
Yeah.
Thanos snapped it out of existence.
Mhm.
It dusted.
yeah,
It
dusted, but
dusted
not,
his hands.
yeah.
It will forever be a Thanos.
Well, no,
move.
because they're always similarly like there always has to be a fate. So
Right, it has to go to
so
somebody.
it's got to go to
It's gotta
somebody.
go to somebody.
So what's going to be interesting is seeing where it goes next.
Back to Pierce
Hopefully
Brosnan.
not that kid.
Can it go back to Pierce Brosnan? Can Pierce
somehow,
Brosnan just come back?
Yeah,
Be
if we just
reincarnated.
we use the Hawkman storyline,
Yes.
but with Dr.
With
Fate.
Dr. Fate, just gets
Yeah.
reincarnated. The helmet comes back to him.
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know to follow those shoes.
No, I just want to be
Who you do it?
I
Who
just
you
want-
do it?
Pierce. Just let it be Pierce.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig? No, Daniel Radcliffe.
No, I'm doing a joke as James Bond.
Oh yeah, that's a good one actually.
Yeah,
I like that. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. All right,
I'm
Harry.
gonna go before you guys take up everything.
Give yourself a dent.
Which no.
I only gave one of each. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but you encourage him, which then he just takes up more.
He was making
He's
good.
Kirby over there.
He was making.
I do.
He was making good points. I was just trying
Thank
to be
you.
encouraging.
You're right. I don't have any good points. Anyways, have a good week, guys. We'll catch you next.
See, that's not what anybody said. You over
You're
exaggerated.
twisting our words.
Twisting our words.
Yes.
Go. I'm
Let's
excited.
go.
No, I'm excited. I want to hear what you
It's
say.
go time.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm gonna have to completely disagree with you, which what you said in the movie theater. I thought the CGI was
Oh, yeah.
worth the money.
Yes, he was great.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought the CGI was great.
Yeah.
I was very
I thought so, too.
pleasantly surprised and pleased with the CGI that was in the
nervous.
movie. Oh, of
I
course,
was
it's a
nervous
DC
about
movie,
it.
so I
DC
mean,
movies
usually
what else do you
janky.
expect?
Yeah.
And I just thought it was a little janky at times. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong,
But that's with any
But
movie.
then go
It was
look
still
at
good though.
many of the plethora of She-Hulk episodes,
Sure.
or where that's anywhere
Sure.
from 5 feet or longer distance away from her face. It looks horrible.
And that's
Yeah,
using,
you're right,
That's
Harry.
using DC's. That's using a
Mar-
Disney's pockets. Disney
Yeah.
pockets are endless.
Right? And
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
You're right,
Anyway,
Ray.
so
It was
Good
good.
call.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
good
like
point.
the inside the
I was being
cockpit of
overly
the
critical.
yeah, which is fine. We're used to it. Inside the cockpit or like the main cabin of the ship. I thought that all looked
It looked
enough to be practical, but like still sci-fi practical.
dope.
Her like
Dope.
her cybernetic stuff when she's healing
Yeah,
the dude with
All
the
that.
bullet hole and everything. That was cool.
I thought that was cool. These are all little things because a lot of the big stuff was already talked about. But like I thought the well balance of the comedy,
Yes.
like
yes.
Black Adam obviously
Yes.
being like probably one of the primary like
He was
funny
pretty
guys
funny.
there.
Yeah.
But even like that chubby whatever Kadrak, whatever.
Oh, the
country-
electrician.
Yeah, electricity.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
electricity
That was
or
great. That was great.
yeah, just all.
That was my complaint. Go ahead. You can take it if you
Yeah,
want.
I was gonna throw it in there.
Okay, good, because that was when we talked about it.
Yeah,
and
we
that
talked about it,
freaking made me angry.
I thought the comedy was well balanced. It wasn't
It's a
too
really good call.
too
That's a really good
campy.
call.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it didn't feel forced.
it was. There was some campy
And we've seen
stuff, but it was
we've
not
seen
bad.
Recently, way too much lean
Thor:
on
Love and
comedy.
Yeah,
What?
horrible.
Yeah.
Ruins a movie.
Oh yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So I thought the comedy was good, and it was not just one character doing it, or like your normal character doing it.
I think
Right,
you sneezed. I think you faked the sneeze too much on that one. Nobody understands that you just said Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's right.
I'll just say it.
I mean,
It's
I
was Thor:
straight
Love
out said
and
it, but
We love you, Taika, but you misstepped, man.
yeah, you
missed
did.
it.
Hey,
Missed
everyone
it.
has their bad days.
It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. You'll be
Yours
back.
just cost a multi-billion-dollar company a lot of money, and some people's careers. But
But hey, we're all human.
we're all,
We're all
we all make
human.
mistakes.
We all make mistakes.
No, I mean, I'm happy because I'm a big DC guy. I love
My
my
man,
Marvel,
yeah.
but DC, although it's some people say it's trash or as bad as it is, they're willing to take gambles, man. And like,
yeah.
I mean, I know we've said that this was being written for 15 years, which is great, and I know The Rock was super passionate about it because he's a man of color that was a superhero of color.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He loved that, like, he was willing to toe the lines and go over that line as a superhero or a super villain.
Show.
And so, like,
Mhm.
it's cool to see them be like, you know what, let's give it a shot and let's go, let's run with it.
I
So
love
And then
that
have it be good.
exchange. The exchange between the Pigeon and Black Adam,
yeah,
where he was like, heroes don't kill people. He was like, well, I do.
Well, I
like
do.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
That was great.
Yeah, he said how many more men like, or how many more crimes these men have to do after we let them live
Right,
for you to be able to kill them and
before we
them,
put them down.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and then also the mom's character who talked consistently about like, this is our hero.
Right.
Our hero who freed us from oppressors, outside oppressors. You have been around. Where was the JSA when all of that was going on?
When they came here, what was it, 20 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
So, I mean, DC's willing to take gambles. Is it really paying off? I don't know. Is it going to? I don't know either. But I enjoyed it. I'm glad they're doing it. I like The Rock, obviously. That helps.
Yep.
Trying to think of anything else that was really a major compliment. Oh, one thing I did like was like, Greg and I kind of talked about it yesterday was, when we're doing what The Rock does best, pumping iron.
Boom!
He was, the more and more he started to become more like down to earth, no pun intended there, but like, and like agreeing with the humans, or at least the, whatever, Kadrar or whatever people, like, he started walking more because he floated most of that movie in the beginning, all floating, never stepped foot on the ground. But when he started like agreeing with them and being more passionate and like trying to help them more and doing the things that were quote unquote right by human moral standards, like he was walking and he would joke and he would use sarcasm, and that was one of the greatest things was like the sarcasm quotes. He's like, "Is that sarcasm?" He's like, "Yes," and it's just like, but. Definitely the best character in this whole thing.
I love working with people.
Freaking Pierce Brosnan.
Of course.
Dr. Fate. Like, I used to love watching Dr. Fate in, like, the old Justice League comic shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And, that's like besides in Injustice, like the video game, you don't really see him at all.
Right.
No,
and that's going to be the major complaint for me, is that besides the thing that Greg and I talked about once again yesterday was that the army of the undead was just really garbage. Freaking
people with pipes.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, skeletons that got beat up by like lead pipes and field hockey sticks.
They got swords
from old people.
They got swords. They're from hell.
They're from hell
with swords.
Is trash, but
it made no sense.
That unfortunately, you're gonna have to take that as like the 15% that this movie did not do great in was the like human side of the things, like the normal moral human side of things. But the thing I'm gonna complain, or the biggest gripe I have, is that people are gonna compare this to a Marvel movie.
100%.
They're gonna say Doctor Strange is Dr. Fate. They're gonna say all the rest of the people. Hawkman is like a Captain America. He's a do right, goody two shoes.
Yeah,
they're just gonna compare it. The CGI is not as good as a Marvel one. Blah blah blah, and it's just you can't do that.
Nope.
If you actually want to judge it, and you're just not a fair weather fan and just being an idiot, just like take it for what it is. Compare it to other DC movies. What is your favorite DC movie? What do you think the best storyline is? What do you think the best CGI movie is? It's probably hard to find. It may be Black Adam now. But you have to do it that way. You cannot go to different universes. So
no, you're exactly right here.
That's gonna be my biggest complaint, because people are gonna ask me, "Oh, was it good?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah," and they're gonna go watch it. It was terrible. Well, what are you comparing it to? The MCU. That's why.
Gotta let this grow and breathe in its own space.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a little bit. I don't even want to use the word campier, but like
it's gonna be different. They gotta figure out they gotta find their feet.
Yeah.
They've been off kilter since Man of Steel.
And here's the thing.
So, unless it's a standalone movie like The Joker or the Batman.
Right. Yeah, the main DCEU line has been offset for years.
The Rock has a long-term plan and storyline in his mind. Okay?
Is it? Are we about to say in The Rock we trust?
I am. I said that. I said give him the keys to WB. Let him run that stuff.
Yeah. They're all leading.
I mean,
I don't care.
Absolutely.
Like, how he let him be Kevin Feige of the DC universe. I'm fine with that. Like,
Kevin.
We've had worse. We've dealt with worse, and it can't be any worse than what we got.
They just announced that WB is separating from HBO, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Let The Rock tell his story.
Listen,
let him tell his story. It cannot be worse than what we've gotten. I want to see it. I want to hear what he has to say.
We've said it in the past.
Maybe we could buy WB.
It's going for like 4 or 5 cents. So yeah, I think we could afford it.
Legion buys
Thank
WB.
Thank you, Patreon. We've talked about it before.
Like Always Sunny. Legion buys.
Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Just get Jim Lee and The Rock to partner together. And
Yeah,
do
I
this.
would. Yep.
Jim Lee's freaking a monster. He's awesome.
Brilliant.
Just get him
Just
before he
have
dies.
him. He's not that old.
No, Jim
Jim
Lee
Lee's
is
like in his 50s.
Yeah,
I
Jim
know,
Lee's
but
fine.
a lot of
Yeah.
these,
They
for
go
some
quick.
reason, these comic artists just die
Yeah,
at
they-
young
The
ages.
stress.
Mm.
Man, they work
Comic
ridiculous
conspiracy.
days.
Jim Lee and The Rock
but
could.
I saw a
could
bunch of
run this
Instagram
stuff. Yeah,
Instagram pictures of Jim Lee and The Rock at the premiere. It's like, man, just get those two together.
Mhm.
let them do it.
The passion, the creativity
Let 'em do
together, it'd be great.
Yeah. So,
All
so
right.
what's your rating?
Verdict time.
Verdict.
All right, let's start over here. Let's let him go last. What do you think, Harry?
Verdict. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was really good.
Well, correction, perfection, or is what
Yeah.
it is.
yeah,
uh,
I was getting.
All right, just make sure.
Let the man talk.
It's been a while. We've been corrections.
We know
before.
how to do this.
We've been
Well,
corrections.
we
for
also
the last,
have,
like however many times.
Garbage
true.
and hot garbage.
That's right, garbage and hot garbage. Well, that's the
subcategories of
correction.
Correction. It's tough.
It is a tough one. I was
tough.
debating it today when we were this morning when I was getting ready to come.
I'm gonna stay with perfection.
There you go.
Gonna
Thank you, sir.
come me home.
There you go.
All
There
right.
you go.
Perfection.
There
Yeah,
you go.
it's just because it's well balanced on many
Yeah.
accounts. Is it true to its source material 100%? No. Is
Yeah.
anything in any movie?
No, never. No.
Except for some very obscure movies that are not obscure, but very I don't know, critically acclaimed movies.
Sure.
Yeah, it's hard to not make it a perfection because in a DCU, it's
We don't have
it classifies as
a lot to
perfection.
choose
So-
from. Yeah, man, that was
It's a good
that was
point. It's a good point, Harry.
that is a good point. That was my struggle because it's like the Batman is a perfection,
Absolutely,
Yep, absolutely, without a doubt.
but Black Adam I don't think is on that level yet.
it's a different category.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure.
There can be different levels within
Right.
perfection. You know,
Well,
like
and that's
you
why I say
you can make it a perfection, but not rank it as high as the Batman. Like
I
it's just
guess. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
it's a reality. Like it's not all. It's
Yeah.
just like
Right, if we're just doing source material, you can't say like Endgame or Infinity
Right,
War
right,
are even
right.
perfections because they
Right.
didn't stick to them at all.
Right.
Right,
The
so
Batman,
it's
the
like-
Batman was closer than those
you've got
Yeah.
to you've
for
got to
source material.
you've got to look at
Yeah.
it from a whole picture
I would-
perspective.
I'm
Character
gonna
development,
say-
character itself. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for me it's an is what it is with it like it's like
Asterisk.
right below the as high as you can be on that in that middle ground because there were quite a few character
Surprising.
things. There were quite a few character bits that just didn't fly for me, and like I liked it a lot, but it's like I don't think it gets for me it doesn't get the title of perfection.
Mm,
Because I think to me, perfection is it's very top.
mhm.
It's like real top, and I think Black Adam and The Rock's character has the potential to be a perfection, but I don't think the origin movie was there yet.
Mm.
I think it's great and it's a good start, and I'm super excited to see where it goes. But I can't quite give it a perfection yet. So maybe I'm hanging up on the word perfection too much, but I loved the movie. Like,
No,
I
it's
wasn't
your
quite
choice.
there yet.
It's your
Yeah.
choice.
I think it's
You know.
really just down to like different. What do you really think the perfection is?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think
And I don't think we have it necessarily nailed
semantics
down.
of perfection.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say. I want it to be a perfection.
Yeah.
So I'm making it a perfection.
There you go.
It's-
And that's
it
exactly
is
right.
a perfection to me.
Yeah.
And here's part of the reason why I am going to compare it to some of the other Marvel movies, but what I
Sure.
am going to compare it to is origin Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
yeah.
we have other origin Marvel movies that we have seen, or even origin DC movies
Yeah.
that we have ranked as perfections that I think this stacks up against. I do.
Yeah.
Give us
Yeah, what do you think?
Besides
What do you-
Iron Man, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iron Man's like quintessential
Yeah, 'cause
perfection.
I'm trying to think of which origins in MCU I would
So
give
if we
perfection
let's just run
Iron Man.
through them. Like there's
Iron
Iron
Man, I
Man.
definitely would. Yeah. But
I think it
wasn't
stacks
gonna
up.
count that one.
I think it
but
stacks,
not to the source material though.
yeah, to a certain extent.
Depend. Well, yeah.
Not original source
Not
material.
original.
Not
source material.
original
They
source
rewrote a
material,
lot of
yes.
it
Yeah.
to match the MCU. for
So,
that one.
Here's Iron Man. I think it stacks
Yeah.
up against Iron Man. I think that's a fair comparison of it stacking up against one.
Yeah.
Captain America.
See, I wouldn't give Captain America: First Avenger a perfection. I would give that an is
You
what
really
it is.
wouldn't?
I would give it an is what it is.
But,
It's
okay,
my
so
least favorite
I think
Captain
it stacks-
America.
I think it stacks up against that.
Sure.
Sure
Yeah, I would
stacks up.
agree.
It sure beats Black Widow. Like, there's no doubt there.
Yeah.
Thor, I think you could put it in a. You could put
I think
it
it
in
would
a
be in a
league
similar
with
for
Thor.
Thor 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I would say it's at similar to me.
Yeah.
I think it's better than Thor 1.
I think
So
it might
we
be better
gave-
than
I was-
Thor 1.
Thor's
we
honestly, I like Thor as a character in the comics. I did not like him in the MCU.
Yeah.
We gave Thor a perfection.
Thor 1?
Thor 1.
Really?
Or
I
we
thought
were
I
in
gave
a
him an is
similar
what it
boat
is.
to right now.
Yeah, where we're kind of
Where
hinging
we're
on
and,
it.
But it
and
was
so-
just because of source material for me. That was strictly
Yeah.
that was
So-
strictly because of source
Because
material.
it was so
but
close
that's what
to
I'm
source.
saying. So,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, you
Yeah.
did the right thing. You looked
Right,
at it from
right,
a
right.
full movie perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think we have to look at Black Adam in the same way.
Agreed. Yeah.
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to aggregate my response with
right.
all
Other
of,
things
with,
you've seen.
with all
Yeah, I
of the
agree.
things that we've seen,
Yeah.
with source material, with all those
yeah.
pieces built in, but
Yeah.
also then my own
Your own
enjoyment
personal. You got
Yeah.
to.
and my
yeah,
own
for
personal
sure.
preference.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
There it
perfection
is.
to me.
same thing.
I gotta see it
enjoyed
again. I like filming these. We film this obviously. This is like 3 days after.
I
we've
hope
seen
you
it.
like filming these.
I like filming
If
them.
you don't, geez, what have we been doing with our lives?
I like filming them
Why,
quickly
Lord, what have,
after.
like literally, what have we? I've look at my basement.
I like.
This
I-
is-
You're telling me you wouldn't want this in your basement?
you would have it.
You're literally like my dream has come true. I'm gonna play it off like it's not. Look at my basement that I
would
hate.
never do this.
Look at all
I
this
would
cool
never
stuff.
have a
I would
podcast.
never have done this. I
No,
would never.
I made a private room in my basement for all my stuff.
What I mean is,
I hate it.
I like. I
How
like
could you make
filming,
me do this, Greg?
I like.
How could you?
You blame my wife. It was her idea.
Yeah, I
Do you know what that does
actually
to a
was.
man?
This is
Do you know
all.
what that's the funny
this
thing
all
is? It's
goes
all
back
Jamie's
to Jamie.
idea.
It's all Jamie's idea.
Yeah.
Jamie literally was like, "You two should just do a comic podcast. You sound just like the comic podcast you listen to." I'm like, I was like, "Hey, you want to do a comic podcast? Yeah, let's
We
do a
ran
comic
with
podcast."
that one.
Well,
On it.
what I mean is, I like doing it like doing the podcast right after seeing the movie, but usually I see it twice before we do the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'd
well,
like to
not
see it
this
again.
time. I mean,
No, because we quick turnaround.
we wanted
Yeah.
this one quick turnaround.
yeah, but like,
Oh,
so
Jamie's
I want to
busy
see
too,
it
so.
again. Yeah, and well, she won't. She doesn't want to see Black Adam.
No,
Really?
It's too violent. I think it's too violent.
this
for her,
is too
and-
violent. She watched
I
the
think so.
zombie Doctor Strange, but
She
this
does.
is
She
too
loves-
violent.
she loves
There's
it.
demons pouring out of hell in that
if
one.
If I'm gonna be honest,
I think
that
this
was
one's-
that was worse.
I agree.
That was worse.
I agree, but it's more fantastical violence.
That's true.
This one's
Yeah.
more like just people getting like
He
like when,
rips the
when
Bach in
Black
half.
when Black Adam kills
he
people.
rips the Bach in half, which was boss.
Yeah,
as
super
all heck.
cool. And like
But
even,
it was pretty like
even when he killed people in the beginning
Mhm.
when he first appeared,
Yeah.
he ends up like ripping the dude's hand off and then
Oh,
like he's just
yeah,
holding the
he-
hand and stuff.
he ripped a guy's arm off. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, it was good.
that was a good move.
right, very cool. But again, much more like demons and stuff don't bother her as much, like monsters, because they're like they're
So,
not they're you
the
don't
red flag
see
there.
those, you know.
That's a bit of a red flag.
Demons don't.
Demons are, but humans, ugh. Anyway, I gotta
Just
see it
kidding,
again.
Jamie.
I gotta see it
Yeah,
again.
just kidding, Jamie.
Thank you guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
apologizing to my wife.
Well, it's apologies. Just making clear that we're kidding.
I gotta see it again. 'Cause maybe I'll
I'd like to see it
wanna
again. Yeah.
Maybe I'll push over to the.
I
Here's
also
the
said
thing.
that about Batman. I didn't see it for another 6 months.
Hey,
That's the
you
thing.
guys like huge Batman fans. Like we gotta see it. I saw it 3 times before you guys
I
saw
know.
it for a second
That's
time.
the
I had opportunities. I just every single time it fell through.
You want to see
Yeah,
it
I want to
again.
see it again.
I
If
want
you
to.
want
I
to
do.
see it again, it has to be in that realm of perfection.
All right, I'll put it in
No,
perfection.
I'm
No,
not-
no.
Listen to me. I am not making this argument to change your mind.
All right, all right.
You should not change your mind.
All right, all right.
I literally
Stick with
was
your gut.
making that argument for you to not change your mind. But what I was making my argument was,
Wait,
Wait, is this
what
reverse
did you
psychiatry?
off of for me? Yeah, you owe me after this. We were on my couch.
All right, fair enough.
But my point was that
Yeah,
is
for
your
sure.
perspective.
It
Or
might
you
shift
both
over
on
if
my
I see it
couch.
again, though. No, it's
Oh,
not.
that's a good point.
Oh, what?
Whoa! Whoa!
My brain is just broken.
How do you not feel
broken
today?
now. I feel like,
I feel like we need to end this episode.
and it was a great movie. So if you haven't seen
Go see the
Black
movie.
Adam, hopefully you haven't watched it this far, because spoilers. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have seen it, go see it again.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next time on the Legion of Comic Correction.